Okay, and after 3 weeks of being gone, we are finally back to making videos. It turns out that selling a farm is a lot more involved. You get the pleasure of talking to fun people like lawyers and real estate agents and contractors, and we are all done with that. And now we can focus on our virtual farm because that's a little bit easier. And honestly, right now, after all of this, it's much more my speed. But All Alone in the World is the map, and that is where we are going to start. And the first thing we got to do is be able to make money, right? Because, like I said, there's a lot of things that we need to pay for, so we are going to have to start income first. That on this map means that we are going to, if I can ever find this thing, have a bunker so that we can throw the grass in there. We'll let it ferment and make it into silage. And from there, we can multiply how much this grass is actually going to pay us. So we are going to need a lot of money, which means we're going to need a lot of grass. I've got this hopefully figured out. Where are these things? This is such a mess down here. I know that there's a mod that I can download to make it a little cleaner, but with a month to go, I think I've outstubborned the timeline, and I'll just wait until the next farm sim comes out. But somewhere down here in this list, and we finally found it, is the big one here, the big bunker we're going to use. And we will throw that, I don't know, probably where this field is. We're over here on the other side. And we're not going to need this field right here. So we are just going to put this bunker right here because this is kind of going to be the main area of where we keep our business. And then after that, we are going to invest in a mower. And we might as well get the Krone mower, the big one that also makes it into swaths, because we've got a lot of grass to go. We're only one person, and we're going to have to speed this thing up a little bit. So let's put this here. And now we will go find a mower. Okay, so we found a mower, the Krone Big M 450, the base game biggest OG mower. That comes with the base game, should I say, with Farm Sim 22. I like how it drives. It's done well for me. We're just going to keep using this. Yes, I do have other mods that mow, but none better, in my opinion, than this. Now, there are wider ones and everything like that, and we could do that, but trying to keep it a little realistic and using a base game mower is as realistic as I can get, I think. So we will do that. Now, when we're mowing here, I'm just going to start mowing anywhere, and then we will pick all of this up and put it into the bunker. But when I'm mowing here, let me just go over a little bit of my plans here with this channel going forward. And yes, the weekends are going to be the role play, the farm. We're going to keep them going. We are going to have to transition into Farm Sim 25 at some point. That will come within the storyline. I think I've already figured that out. But it will not be out this weekend. It will be out the following weekend. And I'll get to that in a minute. Now, with the other two series, this one is going to be the clothing company one. We are going to make a clothing company on All Alone in the World. And I figured that since the first one of these that I'd seen come out was No Man's Land, and one of these meaning just a map with, nature, so to speak. There's not a lot of outbuildings. There's not a lot of farms. So I want to take No Man's Land and turn it into a town. We'll do one more town build because we've done a lot of town builds on the Farm Sim 22, and they've all done good for us. They've all been very, very fun to make. So I want to do that on No Man's Land. I started it a few months ago, it was probably about 6 months ago that we did a town build, and it didn't really go very far, and I wasn't really happy with it, so I kind of want to fix that mistake. So we will have a No Man's Land town build. We will have the clothing company one, and not this weekend, but next weekend I will come out with another farm roleplay. And it's because this weekend is the last weekend that I actually have of my real farm, so we're going to go up there, we're going to hang out for a little bit, one last four-wheel ride around the spot, and just kind of remember all the good times and then say goodbye to the farm. So I'm going to be very busy this weekend, and it's not going to be anything that I want to focus a video on. So going to take this weekend and kind of do all that, and then Monday we will just start putting out content. I would hope that I could get a video out just about every day, which would be really good. I've got a lot more time involved right now, or a lot more time available right now to me, so I don't see why that would be a problem. But that is the long-winded schedule for what's going on with this channel going forward. Now we're obviously going to focus on mowing around the bunker. That way we don't have to take long trips. We might end up with a couple bunkers. We might end up with a couple sheep farms on this map. Maybe that's the easier way to do it, and then we'll get a tractor trailer and run things around. I'm not sure what we're going to do. I think if I'm being honest, we're just doing this and figuring it out as we go along. But that's kind of the fun of this game anyway, right? Either way, we are going to be mowing all of this area right out here. And yeah, you could do the whole map, of course, and you're going to make a ton of money. But let's just try to keep this realistic within field size as I keep driving. But we'll be able to do that, and we'll be able to buy extra maps, extra parts of the map as we go along. We only have one right now. I'd like to get two immediately, as soon as we possibly can, because then we get more grass to mow, and then we get even more profits, or at least more money coming in that we can spend on sheep, which make us profit. So that's going to be how we are going to handle the mowing. We're just going to mow where there's grass, and this meadow grass I think is okay for now. I'm not sure if I want to actually plow and do the whole yield thing, because we can get a higher level of grass yield doing it that way. However, it's going to take time, it's going to take equipment, it's going to take money, and I'm currently trying to see if that's going to balance itself out, which I'm not thinking it will. I'm thinking the meadow grass is going to be enough. But tell me what you think in the comments. Let me know if I should plow and go that way, or if the meadow grass would be enough for us to profit and continue this. But that's what I've got going on in my head right now. All right, with the mowing done, now we've got to pick it all up. We've got to put it into the bunker, and then we can start with the fermenting process. But I'm going to be hypocritical right off the bat. The last couple of minutes I've been talking about being realistic. I've been talking about the mower being realistic, and that's where we're gonna end the realism, because we're gonna grab this forage wagon. It's gonna allow us to pick up 200,000 liters all at once, which is great because this is going to be long enough. So I will be able to grab all of that. And you see, you don't have access to this land. Yes, we don't have access to the land yet. There's no real boundaries in this, so I just kind of mow and I will pick them up later. But that is part of the land that I want to buy first, is over there by the port, and we're going to be able to buy that piece of land soon enough, so we'll be able to pick all that grass up anyway. That's not a problem. What the problem is we have to get all of this grass that we just mowed into the bunker, and then we can ferment it. And then let's hope that we make a lot of money from that, because sheep are expensive, and so is everything else to do with this operation. And one sheep is not very expensive. The amount of sheep that we're going to have to buy, it's going to be costly. All right, so we're going to continue picking up this grass, and I'm going to end the video basically here, because all we're going to be doing is mowing and picking up grass, and that can only be entertaining so long. In the next couple episodes, we are going to fill the bunker. Then from there, we are going to be able to kind of build out our operation, and that will be much more exciting. So in the next episode, that's probably what I'm going to do, is get to the point where we're going to build out our operation. I will ferment all this and everything off of the clock, so we don't have to sit here and watch me drive over this big heap of grass until it's 100% packed down. That's not fun. I'll do that off of the clock, and then I will be back with the next episode of this series, and we will really start getting, you can see that bunker over there already starting to get a little busy, and we've got so much more grass to pick up. So guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate the patience waiting for me to come back, and we will be making videos on a much more regular basis now. So thanks for hanging out today, and I'll catch you in the next one.